8 minutes, 27 lives would disappear. Literally.
Damn!
In the days leading up.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, the one J Osh. Welcome back to the show. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Got the Naruto fit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a fit, really. I can't say it's a fit, but it's a shirt. It's a hat. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, your boy a nerd. Don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. Ain't that what fucking time period we in now? Alright, man. Look, man. We got the Jarrell, Texas tornado, a.k.a. the dead man walking tornado. You know what I'm saying? There was an iconic image about the Jarrell, Texas tornado. It was a dead man walking image. I can't wait to see it. It says the worst F5 in history. We're going to find out. Because I'm saving one tornado video. I'm saving one. Alright? As y'all know, there's one that I've heard about. There's a fucking documentary on this bitch. Alright? The 2011 Joplin tornado. It's coming. Alright? I'm saving that for last. The Joplin tornado coming. I gotta react to it. But right here, right now, we with the Jarrell, Texas tornado. We're gonna get right into it, man. Tornado TRX. The GOAT! You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? We give all credit to those who make the videos. We just react to them. Let's get into it, man.
1997. A tornado was photographed.
Hey, 1997. What a great year. Am I biased because I was born that year? Yes. Yes, I am. But, you know, just putting it out there.
In the high plains of Jarrell, Texas. 23 seconds later, another photo. And a couple minutes later, another. What the photographer did.
So there you go. Off rip. We get right to it. That does look like a motherfucker walking. That's crazy. That's a crazy image. Look like a fucking back leg and a front leg. That's crazy.
Didn't know was in just 8 minutes, 27 lives would disappear. Literally.
Damn!
In the days leading up to the ominous tornado photo, forecasts being issued for areas around Jarrell, Texas, highlighted a high likelihood of thunderstorms and a possibility of a couple of tornadoes. This prompted the SPC, or the Storm Prediction Center, to release a moderate risk for the local area, but this weather pattern near Texas was not really concerning, and it's honestly pretty usual for the area. By May 27th, the residents of Jarrell are greeted by tranquil blue skies. For many residents of the town, poor weather was hardly evident, let alone the risk of tornadoes. But by noon, the predicted storms began to pop up to the northeast. Although the storms were very strong, the risk of tornadoes was still expected to be relatively small. But unbeknownst to both meteorologists and residents, subtle yet concerning fluctuations began to occur in the atmosphere around the storms. While small and difficult to notice, these fluctuations should be insignificant, but with a perfect mix of ingredients, they can cause huge problems. Suddenly, a deadly scenario begins to reveal itself. A single storm quickly becomes dominant just to Jarrell's northeast, near Waco, Texas, and it begins to move towards the southwest. This is the opposite direction of how a typical thunderstorm would travel, which placed the otherwise unthreatened residents of Jarrell and surrounding areas in the firing line of a rapidly intensifying storm. At 1 p.m. CDT, a funnel cloud appears from the sky, and soon enough, a full tornado dropped down near Moody, Texas. The tornado meandered around a mobile home before destroying it and then immediately dissipating. This odd tornadic behavior would certainly not be a first on this day. Another tornado drops down from the supercell, and then another, and another, and another. All beautiful and all incredibly weak. By 3 o'clock p.m., the storm is only 5 miles northeast of Jarrell and is drawing closer. It is now when the odd weather conditions start to display. As in an instant, a needle-like tornado reaches down from the storm clouds. Although rather small, its size is deceitful. Within the narrow funnel, winds are already very intense. Any hay bales or trees unfortunate enough to be struck are shredded instantly.
Damn.
This shredding of anything it could touch shrouded the base of the funnel.
But see, look, that's what I be talking about, right? So, I ain't really said too much. I'm just letting the video play, but this is what I've been talking about ever since I've been doing these tornado videos and stuff and, like, learning more about them. It don't matter how big the tornado is. A tornado could be huge and not do as much damage. You know what I'm saying? Or not have as high wind speeds. But as they talking about right now, this little thin little funnel, if it hit, it's smoking shit. You feel me? Like that's what it's doing. So hey, don't judge a book by its cover. That goes for people. That goes for weather. That goes for anything. Don't let.
In dust. As it passes less than 1,000 yards near the small community of Prairiedale, a farmstead is struck. The tornado is now even more dangerous, as it's shrouded in sharp metal and splintered wood. But just as it seemed the tornado was intensifying, it suddenly weakened.
Don't play with
the
that
residents
debris.
of Jarrell took a sigh of relief, believing they had just narrowly avoided disaster. But little do they know, Mother Nature is playing a cruel trick. In less than a minute, a stronger dust cloud swirls up from the ground. A large, cone-shaped funnel begins to descend from the sky. Within the swirling chaos,
Hey, look at that quality. Look at that quality. It's the 90s, bruh. The quality, we didn't have HD back then. You feel me? Like, we was using VCR tapes and shit, man. Motherfucker had VCRs in the house. Some of y'all kids don't even know nothing about no VCRs. If you born after 2000, you don't know shit about VCRs. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing about VHS tapes. Shit crazy.
Strange phenomenon is spotted.
Look at
Several
the
different
quality.
funnels begin to appear, forming the distinct look of a multi-vortex tornado, a unique and intense type of tornado.
Look
Scott
at the
Beckwith
fucking
is
quality.
working
Oh
at Jarrell
my
Farm
God.
Supply when over the business's weather radio, he hears word of a
For a comparison, it's like if a motherfucker now y'all playing on PS5s and Xbox Ones and all that shit. That's like going back to playing Xbox and PlayStation or PlayStation 2, Xbox 360s. Quality ain't the same.
tornado in
This is
Jarrell.
not.
Stepping outside, he rounds the building to the east end, where he
Man,
quickly
technology's
spots
come
the
so far,
massive
bro.
snake slithering in the sky. In a rush, he runs back in and grabs his camera, taking pictures of
Late
what
90s,
he's
you
seen.
didn't even
The
have
first
cell phones
image
still.
looks straight out of a movie, and the ones following show a gorgeous twister
Oh,
dancing
thank.
around in the sky. A brief gap occurs in the images until the next one is taken, but this one showed something much more sinister. What was initially a small rope tornado has now formed into a messy and large vortex, with copious amounts of dust spraying outwards. In the next image, the tornado appears to grow even larger.
That
And
bit
as the
got
tornado
big as hell
progresses
quick.
and the debris cloud briefly disappears, the beast emerges. The next image, however, would be one of the most infamous images ever taken of a tornado. The tangle of vortices from the intensifying tornado
Motherfucker, 97. They got a picture like this. I don't think we've seen a pic like this since. This tornado photo is so iconic. We ain't seen a fucking pic like this since. This shit was taken in the 90s.
tornado paint the picture of legs in motion, as if the tornado is walking. This type of image dates back centuries to ancient urban legend and is called a dead man walking tornado. Not only is this a terrifying description, but it would morbidly allude to what was about to occur. In mere minutes, the tornado would practically walk into
That shit-
Jarrell.
they said that
Almost
shit's
immediately
like
as the
an
dead man
urban
walking
myth.
image is taken, the tornado begins to
urban
tear up
legends?
the ground. In a cotton field, 18 inches of soil is scoured away, exposing the bedrock. This ground scouring is showing that in some strange evolution, the tornado has now become incredibly strong and violent. In a different field,
Yo,
a herd
that-
of cows are caught in the tornado. Cotton plants ripped up by the tornado now contribute to a sandblasting effect, where anything or anyone caught in the tornado will suffer bits of vegetation and dirt, rapidly scoring against it like sandpaper. The cows in this field, subjected to the force, are reportedly skinned by the wind and debris, in some cases down to the bone. If
What the fuck? This whole skinned cows? What the fuck tornado is this? This bitch skin tornado is... I can't even fucking say it. I'm jumbled, bro. This shit just fucked my mind up. This Jung Jun skinned cows to the fucking bone? Hell nah. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking
this
way.
could happen to a cow, imagine what would happen to a human in these.
You dead. There's no... You ain't gotta imagine. I'll tell you. You dead. If this shit's happening to fucking cows, you dead. The fuck? We ain't gotta imagine nothing, TRX. I'm sorry.
winds. During this initial display
No
of power,
fucking
the
way.
first home is hit and reduced to pieces. Here, the storm shelter of the property is its 5-inch thick concrete roof torn off and it's never found again. Fortunately, no one was home at the time. The tornado then moves onward towards a farmstead on County Road 308, obliterating all structures located there, including a barn, multiple grain silos, and a home. Luckily, no fatalities or injuries were reported here, suggesting no one was home at this property either. With all the thick soil being gouged out of the ground, the tornado quickly gains an ominous black color.
Oh,
The
that
funnel
big
grows
mouth.
steadily, swallowing up an increasing vast area of land. It isn't long until the tornado is approaching 3/4 of a mile in width and is now crossing into a subdivision named Double Creek Estates. Sirens have been blaring for over 10 minutes, allowing the residents to find appropriate shelter.
Yeah,
5
please
members
get the
of the
fuck on,
Igo
y'all.
family arrive home to take shelter, as the tornado is only minutes away. At this point, the tornado appears less like a conventional funnel and more like a monstrous fist dragging
Arrive
itself across the
home
ground
to take
directly
shelter.
towards the subdivision.
Y'all
Their
better have
last
shelter
view
under the
before they
fucking
slam
ground
their
so
door
home.
is the rolling cloud of debris beginning to consume the nearby recycling plant. As the Igo family hurries into the central room of their home, the most appropriate shelter at their disposal, they can only pray it is enough to protect them from the worsening conditions.
This fucker said the central room of their home. You see that big ass motherfucker coming at you. You think to go in a central room in the house? You arrive home just in time to go to a central room in your house. If you had that much time, your ass could have kept it fucking pushing down the fucking block. What the fuck? Y'all ain't got no fucking shelter? Oh, GG's.
Conditions outside. Meanwhile, at the recycling plant, all hell
This shit
is
about to make
being
me
let
sad,
loose.
ain't it?
Steel beams are
This
warped
shit
and
about to make
snapped.
me fucking
Nearby
sad.
roads are subjected to such extreme winds. Over 500 feet of asphalt is stripped away
This shit about to
as the
make me
forward
sad,
movement of the
bro.
tornado begins to slow. The cloud of steel and mud begins to envelop the Igos. The sandblasting effect of the winds smashes in their windows and allows a torrent of air to begin tearing apart the structure. In an extremely horrifying turn of events, the tornado begins to slow down until it's practically stationary
Oh,
over
that's
the
some
home.
bullshit.
But it doesn't
Yeah, even my
weaken,
dog heard it.
allowing the strongest winds to pound and tear their home minute upon minute. The effect is much the same as a huge power washer scouring the paint from their car before crushing and mangling it to the point.
That's the fucking car? That's the car? Oh my god, dude. What? What? Yo.
Where you can't even tell it's a car, and disassembling the home's walls before reducing the bricks to basically dust. It is minutes before the winds subside, but no mercy is ever given to the Igo family, as all 5 do not survive. The tornado slowly crawls.
Damn, man. I knew it, bruh. Said all 5, man. Ah. R.I.P.
Crawls forward, no faster than a walking pace, towards its next target, the Mowing Household. John and Michael Ruiz, realizing their trailer home will offer no safety from the approaching winds,
Motherfuckers
rush to the neighboring Mowing family to shelter with them. Lacking an underground shelter, they quickly head to the most interior room of the well-built brick home. But tragically, much like the Igo family, the tornado shows no mercy. Within seconds, the walls cave in upon the 6 victims, pinning them as pieces of rebar, grass, and wood rain down on them. Before long, the debris itself is bombarded with such ferocity that
Man.
no large objects even remain. Within the chaos,
What the fuck? That was a house? Oh, man. I don't think that's the house that they was talking about, but bro, what?
all 6 individuals are killed and left buried in a pile of basically brick and wood powder to the north and south of the same road. The tragedy continued. To the south,
Man.
Cindy Smith and her 2 daughters perish as the home they are sheltering in is lifted into the air by the tornado. The home was obliterated so significantly, no discernible debris remains in the area. Simultaneously to the north, the LaFrance family is sheltering in their bathroom as their roof is ejected into the sky. The father, Billy, feels the winds beginning to tug on him. causing him to grasp to the sides of the bathtub in an attempt to continue shielding his daughter and his wife Debbie. The last thing Debbie sees before the house crumbles onto her is her husband slipping away into the darkness. As the bathtub becomes mobile, she embraces her daughter in an attempt to save her, but quickly loses consciousness. Because there are nearly no storm shelters in the Double Creek subdivision, these families had no other choice than to try and survive the storm above ground. However, a select few have the fortune of a storm cellar on their property. 6 members of the Hernandez family seek refuge in their storm cellar as their home was swept away above them, whilst those seeking above ground shelter in the neighboring homes do not survive. At a different storm shelter, Michael Vrana, along with 18 other people, sit cramped and in fear as the winds howl above them. Many fear the cellar door will be torn off as the roar of the winds climb and climb. Thankfully, the tornado passes by without incident, and everyone in the shelter survives without a scratch. Without these 2 storm cellars in Double Creek, there's no doubt that many more people would have died.
So my thing is, like, did the other families just not know about the other storm shelters? Or they were just like, oh, there ain't no time to get to them? I feel like, I mean, this is in Texas. I don't know how common it is for tornadoes to be just running through Texas. But especially like places like Oklahoma or like Iowa or fucking Arkansas, wherever, like that Midwest area, Dakotas and all that shit, like those areas, bruh, Montana, whatever the fuck, like, I feel like they should have like each area should have like a storm shelter for the whole area or something, bro, like something, like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, man. I mean, maybe that's just me selfishly thinking, hey, use money for something good. I don't know. Maybe we should use the tax dollars for something, I don't know, reasonable. Put a storm shelter in every fucking area. I don't know. Like, and let people know about it. I don't know, man. Because it sucks that, like, there was 2 places that had storm shelters. And then the other people just in their house. Now they all did.
Although no more than 25 structures are impacted in Double Creek, a total of 27 people are left dead by the time the vortex leaves the community.
Bro, hold on. I want y'all to understand this. We done watched a few tornado videos now. For it to hit a small area and 27 people dead, yo, I don't even think, bro, like, some of them other videos we watched, like 27 people, isn't this the most out of the videos we watched? 27? That might be the most we done seen. I don't know, somebody else can fact check me. I don't know, but like, that's crazy to me.
Community. The damage at directly impacted homes is incredible. Even among the most powerful tornadoes, debris from the destroyed.
There you go. Coming soon. It's coming. I'm saving that for last. Yeah. Look at that shit. This is just a fucking preview. Look at this shit.
Homes indicates to an observer that there was once a structure located there. In Double Creek Estates, this is not the case. To someone viewing,
there is nothing. So maybe that myth or urban legend, that's just real. That walking, that dead man walking shit, that's a sign. If I hit you, you GG's. You over. Like,
viewing the aftermath, most would assume the area was never developed in the first place. Where homes once stood, only bare foundation slabs remain.
That's
Not
crazy.
even the plumbing is spared, as in many cases, it has been ripped up from deep within the concrete and shredded. Although the destruction is clearly attributed to the insane winds, there is no doubt that the slow movement of the tornado was a major factor that allowed the tornado to pulverize
Just
the community
slowly
beyond
eating
anything
people.
in recorded history. While this could undoubtedly be referred to as the worst tornado damage to have ever been inflicted, it arguably isn't even the strongest tornado. But after the tornado finishes its rampage through Double Creek, the time it has before it dies is limited. It meanders to the west towards an unpopulated forest before slowly shriveling up and dissipating. But even before the tornado is gone, first responders and EMT crews are rushing to the hellish scene to help survivors. When they enter Double Creek, they discover that there's little hope that anyone in the path is alive. In the core of the damaged path, it is found that the survival rate above ground was 0%. First responders are joined by civilian volunteers and what is now victim recovery. At first, The search didn't find anyone. It isn't until closer inspection the remains of the victims are identified. The identities of the deceased can only be found through use of dental records. As a seemingly futile search for survivors continues, the unbelievable occurs. By a peach tree just north of the core of the damage, Debbie LaFrance is found badly injured but still alive.
Oh,
to this day, she maintains that if this tree, located in her backyard, wasn't there, she surely would have died. But the miracle continues, as just down the road, her daughter is also found injured but alive, sitting on the ground hundreds of feet from where her home once stood. Unfortunately, Billy, who protected Debbie and his daughter in their bathtub, did not survive. In the years following the tornado,
so a guy protecting his family, pretty much. You want? Men will sacrifice themselves for the people they love, with no hesitation. It's a brave man.
Double Creek Estates would rebuild, but a large void had been left in the tornado's wake. 3 entire families had been killed, as well as 13 children. In memory of the victims of May 27, 1997, the Jarrell Memorial Park was established and funded by relatives of the Igo family. The park itself resides on the former site of the Igo family home. 27 trees that line the entrance represent the 27 victims that died that day.
27, bro. In such a small area. Wiped. Just slow rolled them. Wiped everything. Man, hey. Rest in peace to those that was lost. At least the two ladies made it. The mother and daughter, whatever. At least they lived. They got blessed. They got thrown. And somehow lived. Crazy. Man. That's the only thing about watching these tornado videos, bro. This shit's depressing. Hey, tornadoes, y'all are trash. Man, this shit depressing, bro. It gets sad when you start talking about people dying, man. Because if you don't fucking feel it, like, if you don't feel no type of way hearing that, you're just like, you're just fucking numb to shit. I ain't numb to the shit. I'm like, damn, that fucking sucks. I feel like that just lowers my energy. I don't like it. Screw you, tornadoes. Shh. Dang, man. Hey, boy, Mother Nature, I told you that she don't discriminate. In a world where people still want to try to divide us, weather don't. They don't care. They don't care if you're rich, you're poor. They don't care what color you is. They don't care about none of that. Oh, man. All right, man. Well, like, share, comment, subscribe to you, boy. Tell me what you think. If you got any, what's the word I'm looking for? If you got any recommendations for your boy, let me know. It's been the one, J-Osh. And I'm out. He